What's up, everybody? Serial Entrepreneur here again for another digital marketing episode, or digital marketing school episode. And in this episode, I'm actually 100% sure you guys are going to like this one because we're talking about setting up a Facebook page, a business manager account, and an ads manager account. So all the stuff that you're really, if you've never been involved with Facebook before, this stuff can actually be kind of confusing if you're first getting into it. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. All right, and basically everything is going to be on the computer. For not everything, but a lot of this is going to be on the computer, so you guys make sure you're paying attention. All right, so setting up a Facebook business page. Step one, you want to log into your personal Facebook business page, or your personal Facebook page. So your actual personal account. So mine would be Jordan Steen. I'd go to my personal account, and you're going to see in the image or in the screenshot below here, you're going to click in that top right hand corner, that downward arrow, and click create page. Alright, that's where you're actually going to set up a new page if you need to. If you're actually going through the process of getting access to a page, I'll show you how to request access in a little bit. That's a little different. This is only if you're creating a brand new page, okay? Alright, so you choose your business type, and this is important because each business type allows for different page features. Alright, so pages can be converted or revised later if need be, but I just like to get it out of the way, up front and do it the right way the first time. So a local place or business is going to offer a local listing on Facebook showing their local address, whereas a brand or product doesn't necessarily have a location. For example, Serial Entrepreneur doesn't have a location. It's just a brand that exists and sells things. So you would want to choose the page, and you see there's artist, band, or public figure. If you're working with people in that realm, you would want to make sure to set up a page under there. And there's specific reasons why you want to do each one separately. Alright, so if you're not familiar, just look into Facebook's breakdown of the pages. You can find that in their support documents, but really for the most part, you guys are going to be working with local business or place or brand or product. Company, organization, or institution, those are much larger usually. Artist, band, or public figure, I just don't see too many people who work directly with artists, bands, and public figures. Luckily, I might get to do some of that hopefully here in the near future, but we'll see how that plays out. So cause or community, that's going to be, like Red Cross, something like that. Who knows? It could be something completely different than Red Cross. It just depends on the business. Just make sure when you're setting it up that you're paying attention to what type of business they are. Alright, so when we get into the actual page setup, so you can see right here, I've created a test account over here, and you're going to want to go in, you're going to want to update the picture, the cover photo. You can see how awful this looks right now. So you would want to add obviously a profile picture. The profile picture is usually going to be the brand's logo. If it's a public figure or artist, you want to do a picture of them, or maybe some cover art, something like that. But keep it related directly to the brand, okay? The cover photo itself is going to be something a little more engaging. It should usually show some personality, some flair, maybe even an advertisement. So if it's a restaurant and they're offering a special that month, you could put it in the cover photo to advertise that. One key thing to note about all of this is that we're setting it up on a desktop, so the optimization is going to be different than if it were to show on your phone. Alright, so one thing to keep in mind is that looking at it on a desktop right here, you'll see this whole screen. On these outer edges right here, you're actually not going to get that much to show on a mobile phone. That's going to be cut off because it has to resize, because obviously my phone screen is not the same size as my computer screen. So when you're optimizing your images or uploading your images to Facebook, keep in mind that you want most of your content or anything that's going to be a promotion in that picture in the center or towards the center of the picture, just so it doesn't get cut off. And basically that's going to be the biggest thing that you want to focus on, is just making sure that everything's optimized for mobile, okay? Alright, so moving into the next part, I've actually included some of the image sizes for you here, so that way you don't have to go looking, but you can always go online and find an infographic or something like that that gives the best resolution for uploading anything to any social media platform, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. The About section, so let's go ahead and look in there. You're going to want to complete as much info as possible. Alright, so if you look in the About section, we have all of this up here. You can't create a page username, I believe, until you have 100 likes total on your page, so keep that in mind. You won't get access to that feature immediately, but as soon as you get 100 likes, you want to go ahead and claim that, because that's going to be your unique URL. So facebook.com/serialentrepreneur is how you guys find me. Once you get 100, you're able to add on that end part, that custom domain, to make it at whatever the business name may be or whatever their brand is. You want to edit or enter in the start date just for, so people know how long they've been in business. If you don't have a phone number, email, or website, you're not doing it right, period. You quit advertising. Seriously, you need to have their phone number, you need to have their email address, and you need to have their website on there. Those are the most important things about online. Edit their about section, so enter in a short description about their business. And then there's up here, the edit story. This is not really new anymore, but it's a newer feature compared to the rest of them. And this is where you're going to want to enter in the long description of the team. They've actually added in, since I put together this document even, a featured team section right here, and you can actually add in team members on Facebook now. So this is actually something I'm learning right this very moment. So that's actually a really cool feature. You can add in team members for your business on Facebook. And like I said, this is why it's so important to do your research and to study every single day in this stuff, because it changes on a regular basis. Facebook has updated thousands of times since 2009 when I first started doing this. I mean, remember guys, I told you I used to do this. There was no such thing as a Facebook business page. We were doing this, creating a personal profile like it was a human and trying to make it look like a business. That's how we were actually advertising businesses on Facebook in the very beginning. So they do changes all the time. Make sure you're doing some study and some research to keep up with those changes. Alright, so that's the About section. Page tabs, if you go into your page really quickly, you'll see settings right here in the top right. If you click settings, it'll take you in right here to a general settings page, and if you click edit page, you can actually edit all the tabs on your Facebook business page. So you can get rid of any ones that don't need to be there, or dead links, anything like that that's not beneficial for the page. Okay, so that's just real quickly there. Page tabs. Page content and first post. So what I like to do typically when I'm starting off a Facebook page is upload 3 to 4 posts to that page to get it some life. You don't want a dead page or a blank page, because obviously that's not very attractive, and it doesn't really seem like you've been in business that long. Usually people won't scroll too far down, so 3 to 4 posts in the initial start, or just to put some content on the page, usually helps out a lot. And then images, if it's like, if it's a newer business, you want to put photos on there, you want to put a video or two on there as well. It makes you seem more credible. So just make sure you're doing those quick tips right there for getting the page started. And then the next part is just page settings. Like I said, you can make changes to your page tabs or individual settings, like your messenger bot. You can actually turn on the messenger bot. Let me see if I can find that really quick here. I'll show you guys how to mess around with that. But basically, you can come in here and Messenger platform. You click on that right there, and you can actually see some of the settings that it has for it. I can't remember exactly how to get to the Messenger bot. I'll look that up and I'll include it in the notes after, or not in the notes, but I'll include it in the comments section for this video for you guys, because I know that's something that you want, that automated response for your Facebook messages. Set up. You at least want an initial response set up, so that way they don't, send a message and nobody ever responds. It's just a quick way to keep them engaged with your business. So I'll update that after this video. Turn on your messenger bot, add or remove page tabs, and then update your admin settings. So if you ever need to add somebody to the account or anything like that, you're able to do that there as well. So Business Manager itself, just looking into Business Manager, we'll go in really quick. So I've showed you the test account. This is just, a little fun account I created so that way you guys could see. I'm going to log back into my personal account because it won't actually allow you to set up a, hold on one second. It won't allow you to set up an ads manager account or a actual business manager setting unless you are an actual agency or have multiple pages that you're working with. So now that I'm logged back into mine, we'll go to business. And once we're in, so once you actually get your business set up to be an agency, you'll see right here there's a business manager tool. This doesn't exist if you're not an agency, so you can click that and it'll bring you here to all of your pages, and you can see and quickly access your pages right here. You can see these are some of my clients that I'm working with. So if you're looking to adjust your ad account settings or anything like that, you're going to click business settings right there, you can see. And it'll open up your whole dashboard where you can see what users are in there, whether it be people on your team, what pages you have, what ad accounts you have set up. All of this is done right here. So if you ever need a new ad account, for a business. So say you finally get one set up. So say I set up Brickyard Transmission, I would just click add new ad account and then create new account. If they already have one set up, you can claim it. But that's another thing, a feature I wanted to go into. So if the business page is already set up on Facebook, you're going to want to claim that account or request access as an admin to that account. So all you do is you're going to want to go in here to pages, add new pages, request access to a page, and then you go through the process of finding the page and requesting access. Once you get access, you actually have to add yourself in. So you'll get access to the account, but you'll notice that you won't have administrative access to it. You have to add yourself in as a person. So you'll go over here to people, you'll click pages, and then you'll click on the page, and then you'll see that there aren't any people there, so you can click up here in the top right hand corner and click add people. It's that easy. But these are all the things that I know you guys have probably struggled with before, so I definitely wanted to put together a quick video that shows you how to get through those portions of Facebook Business Manager and Ads Manager. But that's basically it for setting up the page. You don't want to go too complicated. Again, the whole advertising on Facebook is part of the content marketing strategy. So we'll go more in depth with individual strategy for Facebook later, but for now, this is the most important stuff, getting the pages set up for clients or for yourself so that we actually know how to start it off the right way and not have to do a bunch of backtracking and reworking of things. So to get to Business Manager, you're going to go to business.facebook.com. This is Business Manager, again, is where you're managing all of your ads, your ad placement. You select Ads Manager. You can see right here, business settings. You select Ads Manager to go in here and actually create your ads. You have other tools such as Audience Insights right here, Power Editor, Page Posts. You can go in here. There's so many things you can do. I recommend going through each individual tab and figuring out what they are for yourself. That's the best way to learn this stuff, because you can sit here and listen to me, but if you don't go in and do the actual work yourself, the experiential learning is the best way to learn. I promise you that. I don't care what anyone says. Getting the experience is the best way to do it. So go in, start looking through the stuff yourself, figuring out what the purpose of each individual tab is. If you're not sure, go to Google and type in a search. That's what I do for almost all of this stuff. And trust me, I know this stuff, but I still have to go in and do searches sometimes because it's too much to be able to remember just in one brain. You got to do some research and some reminding to that, so that way it'll actually stick. So go in there, play with the tools, and play with everything that you're going to be using for your business and your clients to manage their marketing efforts. If you need to contact support, just really quick, you can click help right here and contact us. And then once you click contact us, it's going to take you to their Facebook support page. If you scroll down to the very bottom of that page, though, that's where it'll have the actual contact form. So you can see right here, email. Sometimes they'll have a instant messaging or call us section. So it just depends. Sometimes they take it down too. So if you don't see that there, don't freak out. It's because Facebook's being an asshole. Trust me when I say this, because I am stuck in situations sometimes where I need to get something done and I need to reach out to their support and they remove the link. So I can't even get in contact with them. So don't freak out. Sometimes you're going to freak out, because I do, but just try to maintain your cool and not blow up on Facebook. They will eventually put it back up again, but it will be down for a little bit. So after that, add your payment method for ads, and again, you're going to do that in the settings like I just showed you, and then add any account managers needed. But that is basically it for Facebook. That's it for setting up the Facebook account, the pages, everything like that. Just remember, keep everything brand-centric. Don't go overboard in the sense that you don't want to try and add 500 photos to the business page if it's brand new. Do cleanup if it's an older page or an already existing page. If you're working with a franchise, here's one of the biggest ones, and it can be one of the most complicated ones because of the way franchise owners do this, and since they're not familiar with marketing, they're terrible at it. But what you want to know is, basically, if you're working with a franchise, they're usually going to go in and set up a different Facebook page for every single franchise location. And that is the dumbest thing you could possibly do, because a franchise, if you're not familiar, franchise owners are their own individual owner of that individual location. They don't own all the other pieces of the business. They don't have hands in that, but they do own that one location that they have purchased. That being said, they have a lot to do with the marketing for that business and how they market their business. So they typically will go out and create a website specifically for their business, a Facebook page or Instagram account specifically for that page, and that's just not how you need to do it. You need to merge all the pages together, and that's actually a process Facebook support will be able to help you with. That's what I recommend, and I'm actually in the process of doing it right now with my automotive client. So if you get a franchise, do some research, see if they have 5,000 pages out there like they typically will, and merge them all into one local place where you're managing more of a corporate brand as opposed to a localized brand, which you can still do localized ads, don't take away from that, but you want to focus the actual page itself and the content being released from a corporate perspective. So again, another very short video, just going into the basics of some of this. This isn't the intro video, but it is the, setting up a page, stuff like that. So next videos on Facebook are going to be even more exciting. We're going into how to use audience insights to figure out audiences and what ads are going to work. We're going to go into creating Facebook ads themselves, how I do it for mine, how I build tiered ad structures to guarantee that I'm getting the best bang for my buck and I'm reaching the most people possible. So you guys stay tuned. I promise you there's a ton of really great content to come. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure you definitely leave them down in the bottom. And again, as I always say, do that extra hour of research. It is important that you do that, and you can see why. I just learned something as we were shooting this video. So make sure you're doing that research. But for now, guys, Serial Entrepreneur out.